As Ken said in the last segment, geologists really don't know why there's a 35 million year gap in the geologic record around Devil's Slide.
But we do know as we get to the Miocene, this area was under a shallow inland sea, and geologists and paleontologists have given it a name. It's called the San Pablo Sea, or the San Pablo Embayment. It had a lot of similarities to San Francisco Bay. It was a bit deeper, geologists know that by the type of fossils that are found, and a bit to the east, because it obviously covered the area that is now Mount Diablo. And some geologists think there was an opening to the Pacific Ocean, just like San Francisco Bay has today, because some of the fossils only live in ocean salinity. And as we see the Devil's Slide here, you can see some of the fossils, scallops and clams and oysters, and if you look carefully, even a few sand dollars that lived in that shallow sea. But what's interesting, as we walk down the canyon here, this is your chance to play geologic Sherlock Holmes, and you don't even have to put on your deer slayer hat. Even though the fossils are fascinating, you want to take a look at the gravel, at the sand that encompasses the fossils, because that is a clue to which way rivers were flowing back in Miocene times. If you look at the rock near the Devil's Slide and a bit down canyon, you'll see little pebbles of Franciscan rock. The easiest one to recognize is the red shirt. Well, that tells you that 15 million years ago, the rivers must have been flowing from places where Franciscan rock was exposed, where there was a Franciscan highland. The topography 15 million years ago is just the reverse of today. The Berkeley Hills was down. Mount Diablo was underwater, the Mount Diablo region, but the Bay Block was up. That was a low range of Franciscan hills. And rivers flowing from west to east were carrying bits of that Franciscan rock eroded from the tops of those hills and deposited into that San Pablo Sea to make this sandstone. And the name of this sandstone is the Briones Formation. And if you've done any hiking in the Bay Area, you've seen it before. This same rock that's in Sycamore Canyon here in Mount Diablo, well, of course, it's in Briones Park. It's in Las Trampas Park. It's in Sonol. It's all the way down to Mission Peak. That was the extent of that old San Pablo Sea.
There's one more sign a short way down the road, just before you get to the park boundary at the Blackhawk subdivision. That's stop 2.10, and the end of the trail through time. There you'll see the rock that marks the transition between a time when Mount Diablo was covered with a shallow sea and when it became dry land.